I've done a lot of videos for you buyers. This video is for sellers, and I'm going to tell you 6 things not to do if you're selling your home and offer solutions so that you can sell your home as fast as possible. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything about buying and selling in Nevada County, California, although these selling tips will apply no matter where you are, subscribe, tap the bell for notifications so you can stay current on the market here. You can leave a question or a comment down below and I will respond. My name is Cheyenne, and whether you're moving in 3 weeks or selling in 3 weeks or 3 months, my partner and I would love to help you. All of our info to call, text, email, or even schedule a Zoom is down below. So let's get right into the 6 things not to do if you're selling your home. I'm not going to do these in any particular order of importance because they're all important for different reasons, and it's the combination of these 6 things that will really help you sell your home quicker. Number 1, do not use scented candles, scented plug-ins, or those bamboo sticks drenched in perfume. This is such a big one, and I cannot tell you how many homes I take my clients to and I open the door and it's like we're bombarded with this perfume smell. And I'm not talking about essential oils, I'm talking about like a perfume fragrance that is obviously not natural and it's very strong. Now, the reasons that these scented candles, scented plugins, and those bamboo sticks are not good for selling your home is not just my opinion. This is the feedback from my clients that I take to go look at homes. Now, I could go down a rabbit hole as to why these products are so bad for so many other reasons other than selling your home, and I'm actually going to make a video after this one to do a deep dive into that, but I don't need to do that in this video. I will make another video, and if you're interested, you can check that out after this one. My clients tell me that when they smell these really strong perfume products, they actually think that maybe the seller is trying to cover up some other smell like mold or something like that. This actually happened when I took my client to go see a home and they had the bamboo reed sticks and it was just permeating the whole house, and my client was convinced that the seller was trying to cover up some issue like mold. Now, mind you, this was a super nice home. It was updated. It was not a fixer, so it wasn't like there was even a reason why anyone would think there would be mold. It just created mistrust in my client. That's one main reason why not to use these products, because they seem a little bit suspicious because they're so strong. Now, I don't actually think that that's why sellers are doing this, but I'm just letting you know as a seller that this is what the buyers tend to think. And I would just say that the majority of my clients typically say something negative about the smell when sellers use these products. They are kind of put off by it and they don't like it. This really happens a lot, and I get a lot of feedback about this. I have also had clients tell me that these kind of fragrance products, they permeate the walls, and even when you unplug them or blow the candles out or get rid of the bamboo sticks, that the scent still lingers. And so it's just really all around not a good idea. So let's get to the solution. This is an aromatherapy diffuser, and all you do is put water and essential oils, organic essential oils, which are completely natural. Certain essential oils can make you feel calmer and more relaxed, and that's what you want when clients come to see your home. You want them to feel good. The scent that this puts out is subtle, so it's not going to take over the whole home. It's just going to the clients are going to walk in and they're going to say, "Oh, it smells so good in here." Most people like lavender. That's always a nice one to use. You can also go citrus like orange, lemon, or grapefruit. Those smell really clean. You can actually put all those 3 in at the same time and make a citrus blend. You could also go woodsy like cedar or fir. But any one of those, you don't want to use anything too strong like patchouli or even rose geranium, which I really love. It can be a little bit too florally, so you want to use the more subtle ones for when you're selling your home. Back in the day when my mom was a realtor and she would do an open house, she would put a pot of cider with cinnamon sticks and cloves on the stove and let it simmer, and it made the house smell really yummy. And it is true that a good smell can really make a house feel like it is a home. So like freshly baked cookies or hot apple cider, then your client walks in and they feel it feels homey. Now that's something that a listing agent like myself can do when holding an open house, but I highly doubt that as a seller you're gonna make a batch of cookies every time someone comes to see your house. It's just not realistic. And pumpkin spice candles are not the solution. It's not the same. There's an obvious difference between a true pumpkin pie compared to a fake scented candle. There's also a bamboo one, does the exact same thing, but it's real bamboo on the outside, so it's a little bit prettier. I bought this before I knew about that one, and I don't really want to get rid of this one until it dies because I don't like to waste stuff. But one thing I will say that I think the bamboo one has a better design is that this one, because it opens from the bottom, as you can see here, the essential oils, when you turn it on the water, kind of bubbles, and sometimes the essential oils get a little bit down here, and so it makes it kind of sticky. So when opening it and closing it can be actually quite tough sometimes, so I actually don't close it all the way. So the design is a little bit poor, but it's completely functional, and I think it's only around $15. The bamboo one cost a little more, but it has a lid on the top, so there's not going to be that issue around the bottom. You just lift the lid off the top. And so I think that's functionally made a little bit better. I'm going to put a link for both of those down in the comments below, and also for some organic essential oils. So highly recommend either one of those diffusers. Get the essential oils and you're gonna love it. The clients that come see your home are gonna love it. So all around, makes a great gift for people. Even if you have some friends that maybe aren't aware of chemical smells, maybe you don't use those kind of candled perfumes, but you know someone who does, you can give this as a gift, kind of like as a subtle educational hint that this is so much better for you and it's not going to harm your lungs. Okay, I'm going on to the rabbit hole. I'm going to do that in another video. So let's move on. Another solution if you are a candle lover is to use 100% beeswax candles, and they make beeswax candles with essential oils. Marketing can be tricky. If a candle does not say 100% beeswax and 100% essential oils, then it is not natural. I'm going to put a link also down below for beeswax candles, a company that I absolutely love. It's super high quality. I mean, just really, really, really good product. I will say the beeswax candles are a little bit pricier and you have to keep buying them because obviously you burn them, whereas the diffuser, you can just keep using it. But they're all great alternatives for you as a home seller. Number 2, do not have your home full of clutter and your personal items. You don't want your personality to take over the room because the prospective buyer can't see them in the home when all they see is your stuff. It's also really distracting. It's kind of hard to actually see the home when there's a lot of stuff that's busy to the eye. So you may have beautiful collections of antique things or just things that you really love, and they might be very valuable and beautiful, but it's too personal for the buyer. I showed a home to a client who the seller was an artist, and her art was beautiful, but she had it everywhere. I mean, she made all different stuff, indoor and outdoor art, and it was really beautiful. But my client, and the home was beautiful, the land was beautiful. My client could not get past her personality being there. And she said to me, she felt like she couldn't even see herself living there because that person's personality was so strong there. So this is really an important thing, to take your clutter out of there, and not just clutter, but things that might be really meaningful to you and you love them. It's too personal. I see photos on the MLS all the time where there's so much stuff in the house, it's just distracting to the eye, and you only have a moment to make a first impression when buyers are scrolling on the internet or looking through listings that their realtor sends them. If your bedroom duvet is like really bright colored wildflowers all over it, Buy a more neutral one, white or gray, or a neutral earth tone, and just keep it more simple like that. If you have a walk-in closet and it's just wall to wall packed with your clothing, take out most of the clothes that you're not using right now. Just leave what you need so that it's a little bit more empty in the closet. Now, you don't want a completely barren and empty house either, and I'll get into that in a minute. But if you are still living in your home when you're selling it, you really need to start packing. Ideally, even before you put your home on the market. Pack all of your personal belongings, get super organized. This will make your moving process less stressful anyways because you'll be ahead of the game. Pack all those personal things, put them in the garage neatly stacked in boxes. You can have a painting on a wall, but take down the hallway full of your 4 children's baby pictures, things like that. Now, if you have already moved out and the house is completely empty, that's also not necessarily ideal to have a completely barren house. If you can have your home staged, but if not, if you still live in the area and you live close by, you could just put even a bouquet of fresh flowers on the kitchen counter and a really nice bowl with fruit in it on the kitchen counter. Those little things really help. Some nice dish towels, a few cookbooks, just if it's totally empty, a few things to just represent that it's a home and that someone could imagine themselves there in that beautiful kitchen. The flowers, the fruit, these things just really add a nice warm touch. You can leave some really nice clean white towels folded in the bathroom and some unscented soap in a really nice soap dispenser. So if your home is empty, just try and add in a few of these little nice touches to make it feel a little bit warmer. Number 3, do not have your house messy. Not only does a clean home just feel better, but it also just gives the impression that you care about your home and you've taken good care of your home. So even if you've packed all your personal belongings, you still want your house to be really tidy, really clean, because sometimes buyers come at the last minute and you want to be prepared. You really want it the way a really nice Airbnb or a really nice hotel would be when you arrive at check-in. It's clean, it's beautiful, towels are folded, things like that. If you are stressed out about moving and you don't have time to do a deep cleaning, it's really a good idea to hire a cleaning crew, have them just do a really good, thorough, deep cleaning, all the baseboards, everything, and then all you have to do is just maintain it on a daily basis. Number 4, do not overprice your home. Of course, you want to get the most for your home, and the one thing that you do not want to do is have it sit on the market for too long. The longer it sits on the market, the more likely it is that you're going to get a lower than asking price for your home. Of course, your realtor is going to do a CMA, which is a comparative market analysis, and that's going to be the data that's going to help you decide how to price your home. It's going to be usually homes that are similar to yours that have sold in the last 6 months that you can kind of compare and get an idea for how you should price your home. But starting out high doesn't usually work, and there's a lot of technique around pricing a home. Sometimes pricing it on the lower end can actually create multiple offers and you can get more than your asking price. But you'll go into that with your realtor, of course. And it also depends on where the market is at, but definitely sit down with your realtor and take a look at the data. That's the comparative market analysis, is the data that you need to price your home correctly. Number 5, do not use photos that look unprofessional or go crazy on the wide angle lenses. Let's go over these one at a time. Generally speaking, it's best to have professional photos taken, which the realtor usually pays for. If it's a mobile home or an old manufactured home or a fixer, then professional photos really aren't necessary and you can use an iPhone for that. But if you have a nicer home or a high-end home, then professional photos are a must. Now, there's a fine line here because you don't want your photos to make your home look way nicer than it actually is or way bigger than it actually is with those wide angle lenses, because then when the client shows up, they actually feel disappointed. These wide angle lenses really are an issue. I understand why they're necessary, because in order to fit the whole room, In the photo, you have to use the wide angle lens, but sometimes the way that they are used, they make the house look so much bigger than it actually is. And I cannot tell you how often I take clients to go see a home and they feel disappointed because the pictures made it look so much better or so much bigger than it actually is. And that living room that they fell in love with, or that bathroom that they fell in love with, then they get there and it's like, oh, this is really small. So that's one thing to really pay attention to. You want photos that are beautiful and flattering, but also accurate and realistic. Before I get into number 6, if you're getting any value from this, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Number 6, do not leave that bright orange accent wall in the dining room or the dark gray walls in the office. While it may look amazing to have a bright accent wall, and I myself love bright colors, it's just not a good idea when selling your home. A lot of buyers are just put off by these bright or dark colors. Even though it's an easy fix, all they would have to do is paint it. For some reason, I just noticed that I get a lot of comments from buyers and it's hard for them to get past it. Also, dark colors can make a room feel smaller, and buyer clients, they love light and bright rooms. So it's really a good idea if you have these colors to get the interior of the house painted all white, or you can actually do it yourself if you don't have that big of a house. It's not a huge project to do, and it really, really does help sell your home. Also, there are a lot of whites, so get a white that is on the warmer side, not a white with a blue in it. Also, just a little side note here, there was a house recently on the market that was painted all white. It was vacant and it was also beautifully remodeled, but all of the remodeling was white. So the kitchen counters, the kitchen cabinets, the walls was all white. And while it was really beautiful in the photos, it just kind of looked whitewashed and you couldn't even really see anything. So this is where the flowers on the counter, a nice bowl of fruit, some dish towels, a few cookbooks, just a few things to kind of break it up if everything is all white. So there you have it. These 6 things work together to set you up for success in selling your home.